So welcome back to the Innovation Handyman. This week we're going to be constructing the bed for the FC150 Restomod project. So it's lots of fun innovations in the way we do it, and I hope you enjoy. So I just received the pieces from Paso Robles Welding, and they bent them beautifully. We chose to use 12 gauge. The original body panels, I believe, were 16 gauge, but we used 12 gauge. It's heavy. Each of these sides weighs probably 80-90 pounds. They couldn't bend the round part, you know, at the top of the bed, so they left the flange there, and I'll weld a steel tubing 1.5 inches. I've got it clamped together down here. We're going to tack it together and then lay it down and do a final weld. But these things are heavy duty. But one of the things is that they put a dead weight in the back of the original FC150, and I chose to make the bed itself a lot heavier, and so that was a 250-pound dead weight. I'm going to make this bed at least 250 pounds heavier than the original, and it's about 7.5 feet long, 7 feet 4 inches long, so it's pretty substantial. I went ahead and welded this bed together at the one end that faces the cab. This metal, like I said, is 12 gauge, so it's too thick and hard to spot weld. So I've just ran these 1-inch welds in the critical spots on both sides. I don't have anything welded on this side, so it's just standing free. And in a few minutes, I'm going to try to talk my wife into helping me lift this onto the bed of that truck. But the thing weighs probably about a couple hundred pounds at least. So anyway, we'll see if she does it and if she wants to be on camera. Okay, so let's lift this. Let's go around this side. Right here. Perfect. So I have a special guest in my shop today. His name is Jim Culver. He's a great friend of mine. He happens to be an engineer, so he's going to help with the precision part of this truck bed build. And you'll notice that his, show him your legs. His legs are all chewed up. He got, unfortunately, attacked by a whole herd of ground squirrels that just shredded him.
They're everywhere here.
He still came, and so we're honored to have him here. He's going to help get things squared up, and he's going to help with building of this bed.
It's going to be great fun.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah. So we're getting set to weld this plate in place. It's a little too thick a material to spot weld, so John's pre-welded this for some plug welds. We're squaring it up here and flushing it out up here. We've got it clamped off nice and tight, but just loose enough so we can nudge things around and get things squared up just right for welding.
Okay, so after all the adjustment, the easy part is just hitting a plug weld, which is go in the middle. And that's it.
So now we're mocking up this picket brace. It braces the side panel, and if you were going to put pickets in, it would slide in here. We're just lining up the panels here. It's already been drilled for some additional welding, and it's just jigged up just perfect now. Nice good line here, nice and tight up here. We're ready to go.
Okay, then I'm going to move the clamps so we have nice tight wherever we're going. So here's a little walk around. There's all the plug welds for the stake pocket, the end cap, Just see how super thick that metal is. Same with the other side. And then last we're gonna weld it to the, not to the frame of the truck, but to the frame of the actual box back here. So we'll weld along that edge. Okay, so we're gonna put these rolled edges. Metal was too thick to roll them before, so we have to make it separate and clamp on the this tube, 1.5-inch tubing. Just a little bit flush. How's it look over there, Jim?
Perfecto.
And then when I'm done, I'm going to have to weld all the way down. Constant weld all the way down. Perfect.
Hey guys, last time I was here I helped John tack this rail in place, and he went ahead and welded it in place, and he needs to do something for tie down hooks. And so I came up with this idea and I drew it up the next day. John and I just forged these and put them in place. It's just a real simple piece. It's like 3/8 square, and it just fits just perfect for straps, hooks, rope, whatever have you. So we chamfered the inside corners and the corners here, welded them in place, and they're solid as can be. Not going anywhere.
Got one on each of the stakes.
Yep, one on each one. They just look like they grew there. That's still hot.
That's it. Good job, Jim. I fabricated a tailgate. It's fairly similar to the original one. Again, out of really heavy stock and 1x3 square tubing, rectangular tubing. And the hinges, I'm adapting gate hinges. These are stainless steel hinges. You can see they have a very thick rod that holds them together. They are weld-on hinges. I'm going to weld it onto the tailgate, but I've welded a stainless steel piece on here so that I could bolt it to the truck itself. One half of it has to come apart, otherwise if you ever have to service these hinges, you never get them apart. But you can see these are super heavy duty. Compared to the hinges they used in the 50s on the trucks, this is going to be a lot less rattly, and that's going to be important to me. It even comes with a Zerk fitting, so we can keep it greased, and it should be a real smooth action. So I'm going to make the brackets for the bed of the pickup so it holds the bed horizontal, so we can use it as a work surface and a sitting surface and loading, etc. I started by making just a wooden pattern, just to double check the geometry of how everything worked, and discovered I had to have a slot for this joint to ride on. So I'm going to make that right now. I've got my mill set up. Just simply going to center it up real good. I've drawn the mark on there. And it's stainless steel, so I don't want to cut too deep. But I'll follow that there just slightly back from the end, and then I'll cut the end at the end. Okay, I just fast forwarded to the final cut. I'll go through the material, and I'll make the end cut all the way. There's the slot. So I've got my slot cut in the strap, and on the other side I've got a hole. I'm going to take a stainless steel rivet, flat-headed rivet that I got from McMaster Car. Put these things together, put two stainless steel washers in between them, and then put the slotted one on the top with one washer. And then for that I'm going to silver solder them together. Yeah, so the silver solder, you just bring it up to a cherry red. Introduce a little silver solder to it. And that's it. The next part is holding the tailgate level. You need to mark the exact locations for how long this needs to be. So I think I'm gonna, the long part goes up on the top, and best way I could do it is to hold it level, mark there and there for the length. And then I'll take and I'll drill these two holes, and we'll see how it works. Okay, so I bolted it in place. I'm gonna have to round these off and polish this whole thing, but here's how it works. When you fold the back tailgate up, that thing slides into that latch and falls down. And then when you go, it's like that. No chains, and a lot less ability to rattle. I just want to add that obviously I'm going to put the same situation on the other side. So I'll have two of them. Okay, this could be the most innovative corner in pickup truck history. First of all, you see we've got this Jim Culver tie-down hook that's integrated in a beautiful way. And you'll notice this latching system, and you'll notice this replacement for the chain. So I pull this latch out. This slides down like that. I've got the hold down for the tailgate. Latches back shut. That's it.